Oof, guys, this is not looking good at all. It's currently about 11:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and we have all the indexes getting destroyed. We have the Russell down 3%, the Nasdaq's down 1.2, we have the S&P down 1.7, same with the Dow as the VIX is up over 20%. Yeah, pretty crazy. So in this video, we're going to go over some stocks that I'm looking at now as the markets are getting destroyed that are pretty oversold, at least in my opinion. So we're going to break down charts, where I'm looking to buy, where I'm looking to sell, and of course, some thoughts on the overall market. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo because it is free money, and who doesn't like free money, guys? Use that link down below. And with that being said, cheers, let's dive right into it. So again, guys, it is a complete bloodbath out there on the stock market right now. You name it, all the indexes are in the red. Again, the VIX is up over 20%, and we have the metals moving up as well. Gold is back over 2,000 an ounce, up 1.5%, and we have silver up back over $25 an ounce, up 1.4% on the day. So the first stock I want to go over in this video, and mind you guys, we'll break down the indexes in another video later on today, so don't forget to subscribe. The first stock I want to break down in this video is none other than Amazon. Believe it or not, guys, in the midst of this disaster that we're noticing right now, we're experiencing right now, we have Amazon up 0.9%. Pretty big move there for, well, not a big move, but it's a nice move. It's a great move considering the overall markets are getting squashed. So you guys can see Amazon is now at $103 per share. Again, up almost 1% right now, up around 98 cents on the day. And you guys probably remember this company reported earnings a couple of days ago. I believe it was on Thursday of last week, and their stock ended up shooting up like crazy, all the way up to $122 per share. Then those gains were, well, they were erased after we got news that AWS is not growing like it once was, and maybe the growth in the future is not going to be what it once was. So that pretty much ended up erasing all those gains. You guys can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, Amazon went from 123 all the way down to 104. That was a drop of around 15% after it shot up like crazy. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. And now we're back towards the bottom of this channel on the 4-hour chart, which you guys can see right here. That's putting us in a pretty oversold position. The RSI, when the stock was at 125, was right around, let's say, where was that? 82. So in other words, the RSI was way overbought, right? Now it's at what? 90 or not 90? It's at 45, half of 90, pretty much right around that point, which means the RSI now is more oversold. And you guys can see on the 4-hour chart here, we are more towards the bottom of this channel, which has held over the past couple of months, and we're right above the 180 SMA, which, guess what, has also held over the past couple of months. So we're already noticing buyers coming in here, which is huge, guys, right above the 180 SMA and at the bottom of this channel, and we're starting to pop towards the 50 moving average level on this 4-hour time frame, which is right at $105 per share. And that's actually where I'm going to put my alert, because if we break out of 105, in my opinion, the way I'm looking at it, that would be a spot where we would get a lot more, momentum to the upside, and we might be going towards the top of the channel from that point. And notice how 105 is not only the 50 SMA resistance here on this time frame, but it's also the high from back in the beginning of April, middle of April, and more towards the end of April as well. So that is a big spot that we need to break out of. The bulls need to break out of there, and if it does break, we could be going 110, maybe towards 115, top of the channel on the 4-hour chart. That's where I believe this could be going. And full disclosure, guys, I'm long Amazon. I've been buying it in my private portfolio, my public portfolio, and the Patreon portfolio, which is linked down below. Feel free to check it out, guys. And honestly, from a long-term perspective, I would like to see this come down under 100, maybe back to the 90s, 80s even, so I could buy more shares at a discount. But if we're looking at it from a trading perspective, it's looking really good. Again, we want to see it hold this channel and pop over 105. That could be a trading opportunity, at least in my opinion. From 105 to 110, 115, that's where this could be going. So AMZN, that's stock number one. The second stock, guys, is none other than XOM, also known as ExxonMobil, which today is falling off a cliff, guys, as a lot of stocks out there are, like we all talked about in the intro. So ExxonMobil is down 4%, down to about 110 bucks a share, down $4.30 roughly so far on the day. And it's trying to hold above that 180 SMA. I don't know if it will. It's a falling knife right now. You guys got to realize that. But overall, we are noticing, even though it's a falling knife, it is technically holding a higher low right now. As of now, I mean, yes, if it falls through this trend line that I just drew, that would not be good at all for the bulls. But right now, it is holding a higher low. It's fighting to hold that 180 SMA. And if we do get some buyers to come in here, which I believe ultimately will happen because we're super oversold, I think we're due for a relief rally. We could be getting a pop, maybe back towards that 115-ish range, maybe back towards 120 bucks. And you guys know this company reported earnings a couple of days ago. I believe it was on last Friday. Yeah, last Friday they reported, and from what I remember, their earnings were not that bad. I mean, their growth is slowing down for sure, revenue growth, but still a decent report for ExxonMobil. And we'll see if buyers come in. Let's see if the dust settles. Let's see if we consolidate right around this trend line here, right around the 180 moving average at about 108, 110. That's a very critical spot moving forward on ExxonMobil. So I'm not getting too, I'm not getting too trigger happy with ExxonMobil. I'm going to be, patient with it, but I will set my alert at $112. Mark is at or above, and we'll see where it goes from there. If that point breaks, again, 115.20, that's where this could be going, at least in my opinion, in the short term. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And of course, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. If you guys have not done that already, once you open up an account, you get one free share of stock right off the bat. And if you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And if you deposit at least $1,000 onto the platform, guys, you get 10 more stocks on top of the 5 stocks you get for funding your account with at least $100 and opening an account. So essentially, if you put $1,000 into the Moomoo account using that link down below, you get 15 free stocks, and it helps out the channel, guys. I appreciate you all as always. So let me know what stocks you get down below in the comments. And with that being said, cheers. Let's talk about the last stock, which is ticker symbol AZN, also known as AstraZeneca. Let me pull it up. And of course, I'm looking at all of these at this point as trades, even though Amazon I do own as a long-term investment. I'm looking at all of these as trades as well. AZN is for sure more of a trade for me now that we hit highs at about $76 and we're starting to sell off those highs. And mind you, we could have some more downside, maybe to about 69, 70-ish dollars. That's right by the 180 SMA here. But overall, this is for sure starting to come down. The RSI was way hot. It was at 75, 80 almost just a couple of days ago, right? And now we're starting to get to a point where we're pretty oversold on the RSI. You guys can see down here at the bottom right, RSI is at about 40, 42, which is pretty oversold considering the history of the RSI. And we're still pretty much in control. The bulls are still in control in my personal opinion, right? And again, there could be a little bit more downside. Mind you, the stock's down 0.4% right now when I'm making this video, so we could come down a little bit more. And if we do, maybe to 68, 70, 72, that's where I'm looking to strike on AZN as a trade for maybe a move back towards the mid-high 70s. Heck, maybe even higher from that point. I believe that's totally possible for this stock. So it got very hot, made a huge move from about $63 to $76. Now we're cooling off. Let's see if we can pick up some shares. Well, if I could pick up some shares, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but let's see what happens in this pocket here between 70 to 72, 69, $8 roughly. That's going to be a very interesting spot moving forward for AZN. So keep your eyes on these stocks, guys. Amazon, ExxonMobil, and AZN. I think they're all oversold, and I think they're all due for a pretty big move. Especially Amazon and Exxon. Maybe not so much AZN in the very short term. Again, this might have a little bit more selling to do before we get that move, but ultimately, I think AZN will make a move as well. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. And check out my Patreon, guys, if you want to be a part of the Patreon portfolio, the Discord chat. You want to see my charts and ideas throughout the day. You want more access to me throughout the day as well. That's linked down below on Patreon. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.